Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Memento and welcome to another Warframe video. So this video I want to talk about the Razorback Armada event, and I'm just going to sort of review it, give some, opinions of mine on the event and how it was executed, as well as show you some clips of the farming I did do, the very minimal farming I did do. I did around a dozen runs, maybe a little over that, and I think I got quite lucky. So let's get into it all. First of all, I want to talk about the timing of the event, which was very poor. I just got done farming the Ambulas Reborn event, like, hardcore, because I wanted to get every single item on the rewards, shop. So I did quite a bit of grinding, and I did manage to get every item and extra copies of Aviator and Sacrifice, which is pretty awesome. I'll talk about that event in another video, perhaps, but I was already burnt out, and then this event came in like a wrecking ball and wrecked my shit. So there's that. It was poorly timed in my opinion, and it was a poor decision to release it like a day after, in my opinion. The event's tedium. I always rank events on their tedious level. Like, how much shit do you need to do to get your stuff done? And this was off the charts bullshit. Like, this was fuckery. So I was expecting it to be like the last Razorback Armada event. I was like, okay, cool, gonna farm, get some puncture mods, get some other platinum, let me get some platinum, so let me do a few runs of this. Nah, it wasn't that. It was awful. What they did was, first, you get a cipher blueprint from Lotus as soon as you log in and the event started. So you get the cipher. What's your first impression? Let's go build one. What do I need? Because I assumed that I was gonna need Omega Isotopes or something along those lines, an item like that, because of the Formorian Sabotage event. It was basically gonna be something like that, and I was right. I needed 4 Cryptographic Alu. I didn't know what that was, but moving on. Excuse me. I looked at the resource requirements. What was next to that Cryptographic Alu? 3,500 Polymer Bundles. That was like a big middle finger coming from DE. Like, you guys are gonna be paying some shit. You guys are gonna give us an arm and a leg this time. So I was like, well, shit. That sucks. Luckily, though, I did farm for Polymer Bundles unintentionally because I was trying to get Condition Overload for my Prisma OPEX review, which I'm going to be doing soon as well. And I got, say, around the numbers of 20,000 Polymer Bundles. So that was, I'm not good at math, six or so, ciphers in total from the Polymer Bundle I did farm. And I have, 250,000 left. But immediately I thought, that sucks for people who don't have Polymer Bundles stocked up. There are people who use it all on energy pizzas. And I was like, damn, people are going to not have this. And I knew that was going to be complained about. So, between those two things, that was just a lot of grinding, which sucked. So, the risks and rewards the risk versus reward, rather. I worded that really horribly. So, first of all, what are the rewards? Okay, puncture mods. We all knew they were coming back. The event, 120% puncture mods. I had them all personally from the last event after grinding my balls to a fucking powder, getting one of each. So there's that. So they were immediately just little bones that they would throw. Here, 100 plat, 100 plat, 100 plat, and I got 3 of them in 15 runs. So that was pretty good. I was pretty lucky. I was got a big old Chuck E. Cheese smile on my face and all that. It was pretty good. However, people weren't as lucky as me, and they had to go through hell. They paid that arm, they paid that leg, and they grinded their nuts to a fucking powder to get even just one of them. So, I feel you on whoever didn't get them. So, for most veterans, they were trivial, and they were just little bones for plat. What I came for was the Gorgon Wraith. And, of course, that isn't even that great of a reward, is it now? It's just mastery fodder. It's a fine addition to my collection. General Kenobi Benobi Babobi. Yeah, memes. But there was that. the Gorgon Wraith was cool. I was like, okay, let me get that. So that was what I wanted. I was going into it, and I was like, okay, let's get the Gorgon Wraith. Let's get the fuck out. And I figured it's going to take like 50 runs. Thank God it didn't take 50 runs, or I really would have hated life. Not that I already did it from the Ambulas Reborn event, but there's that. What else in terms of rewards? The Oricon cells. Unintentional, might I add, because it was attacking Chronia Relay, which is on Saturn, which means that they dropped the hyenas, dropped Oricon cells. I actually have a clip of myself getting like 100 and something plus Oricon cells and a Searing Steel mod, which I will talk about in a second. I got a ton of Oricon cells, pretty sweet. That was the only cool thing. I thought, okay, hell yeah, I'm not getting anything else, I'm getting Oricon cells, and now I'm not going to need them forever. I mean, I'm probably going to need them at some point, but whatever. So, yes, the 60% heat and status Archwing mods, Searing Steel, and I believe Blazing Barrel. Fucking blaze it. Yeah, those were cool. Those were supposed to be like event exclusive way back or something, and they were worth quite a bit of plot. I didn't even know what it was when I first got it during the Oricon Cell farm. I was like, what the hell is that? I'd never seen that before, but then I hovered over it and I'm like, Archwing? Pshaw, fuck Archwing. Who does that crap? No one does. At least I don't do it. I'm in the majority, I believe, of people who believe Archwing is good. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's nice and all. You can sit in my foundry forever. And, no, not my foundry, you can sit in my mod collection forever. Just sit there in the corner and cry. So, there's that. I got one, I didn't get the other one. Oh well, I'm not disappointed actually, because they're nice collector's items again. It'll be a fine addition to my collection. Pulls over his little, you know, I'm sick of memeing right now, so let's just get into the rest of it. So finally, after all that, Toxin mods, quote unquote, that was a quote unquote reward. No, that's not a reward. People, you should have tons of them, except if you're like, veterans will have copies upon copies of those. The newer players, like the really newer players, might not. And even then, join a clan, ask a friend, they'll probably have one for you. They'll give you 5, fuck it, because everyone has them, man. Why were they in there diluting the drop table? I'm actually mad at that. Come on, people. So, on top of that, the glitches. So many glitches. I don't believe it. Well, not so many, but really shitty ones. What were the glitches? 1. The Gorgon Wraith parts didn't drop in the beginning of the event. Are you kidding me? Why? It was broken for like, 2-3 hours or so? They had to fix that. So the people who were like, I got the Poly Bundles, let's get some Alu and get it on. No, you got fucked over. You were like, where's my Gorgon Wraith parts? You didn't get them, I'm sorry. They made a mistake and you wasted your time. Yeah, it sucked. That really sucks. Luckily, myself, I took an extra day break because I didn't hate myself that much to want to grind right after the other event. So, I got lucky and I was getting the parts like normal and intended. But for those who didn't, my condolences. May your repetitive strain injury be rewarded in the future. And what's the second glitch? Okay, so most people believe that it was intended that whenever you use your cipher, it would consume one cipher per everyone in your party, so 4 ciphers. Nope, only the host. Only if the host hacked the terminal with their cipher did it consume everyone's ciphers. I thought, like, it's fair to believe that it would be a glitch because the Fomorian sabotage, it consumed everyone's, you know? So, it's obviously a glitch, and that really fucked over the community and grinding in general. Everyone was a toxic bitch. Everyone was, like, using their leverage of being host to not use theirs ever. So people who are smart and were host and made sure they were host, they would just leverage like, I'm gonna waste all of yours if you don't use one right now. So it made the community even worse than it actually is. Which it was, I think overall the community is okay. I think it's actually kind of bad, but this made it worse. There are people, I saw people who are leveraging their mastery rank or, oh, I got here first, you came here last, you gotta use yours, last guy. So I thought overall, that was pretty dickish overall. People are dicks. And not to mention, people were toxic and trolling. There was one where I was the host and I used my cipher because I just said, fuck these people, I'm using mine, they're gonna have it intended, no one's gonna be greedy. And what did people do? They didn't enter the boss room. They sat outside the boss room. You have to be in there to start the event. That's super hella gay. That's really, really annoying. So overall, it just caused a huge destruction of the community and just showed people's true colors, people's greed. Of course, I'm a person who believes, like, I'm thinking about myself first. Unless, like, I'm playing with friends, etc. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a solo player through and through, kind of. So, you know, I'm not a dick about it, but there you go. I'm still disgusted at what I saw in terms of, like, people's greed. It was really bad. But all that being said, there's a lot of negativity going on. So I have a point that I wanted to make. I did put a few positives in here. So one, the first positive, which unintentional. The boss's node is good for farming organ cells. I talked about that already. And you know what? That is a positive. So, boom! Positive! Good job! You guys totally intended that! I'm so proud of you! Not really. Oh, I'm so upset. But, not only that, for those not wanting to participate in the event, such as myself, but I still did, unintentionally, it made Ophelia Saturn, the Polymer Bundle farm, and the Condition Overload farm, at least the best one in my opinion, it was active. Very active for the amount of time the event went live. So, again, another unintentional good thing. So, pat on the back. Good job. I'm being a dick right now, but I'm mad, to be honest with you. I gotta vent, people. I really need to vent because my repetitive strain injury literally went to waste. So, I'm just trying to gain back some lost ground. I can feel it in my fingers and my bones. But, lastly, the last positive I can take from this event. The event puncture mods will go down in price for those who need them or want them. So, woo! Oh yeah, until people who are tactical and wait to sell their event mods 6 months later. That's what I'm gonna do. It wasn't like I was gonna sell them instantly. I'm not dumb. I'm gonna sell them later. I need plat, man. I gotta make a living too, man. So, you know, that's a positive. How big of positives these are? Not much, but I'm just trying to find the silver lining in this giant steaming pile of shit event. That's no other way to say it. It was a big steaming pile of shit. That's what it was. But, whatever. So, overall, how do I feel? And please, don't think I'm hating on DE for this event being a complete and utter failure. Because, in my opinion, this event was a failure. Just a big stamp. Failure! It was bad. It was bad. Yeah. So, the event was poorly executed, man. There was no improvements to the boss fight. It really needed improvements. Why wasn't it improved? God only knows. Or whatever, I know. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. Moving on. Just a resource dump, man. That's what it was. It's blatant. They just was like, you know what? Okay. I think this is what they were thinking. A lot of people, including myself, stockpile loads of Polymer Bundles. So that way we have a never-ending supply of energy pizzas, energy restores. And I think DE is thinking, okay, people have infinite amounts of energy restores. That means that all this high-level content that we're spewing out, quote-unquote high-level content, like those design council challenges, which is another rant in itself, yeah, all those sapping ospreys and fucking nullifiers, that's really challenging. It's not tedious or anything, it's just challenging, man. Let's just throw our most annoying stuff at you, and that's a challenge. No. that's another rant. Okay, let's just get on track. I think they were thinking it's gonna trivialize our higher end content, our higher level content. We can't have that, so we're gonna use people. We're gonna use a giant vacuum and we're gonna suck it. Yeah, universal vacuum. There you go. Another rant for another time. We're just sucking all that polymer bundle into the big black void, or bright golden Oregon void. Whatever you know what I'm saying. But you get it. You get the picture. That's what it was. Our resource dump. It's just another dump on this giant steaming dump. So there was no. Oh, I'm just losing it right now. But next, there was little to no incentive for veterans. There's no reason for people like myself to participate besides getting the Gorgon Vandal. Oh, let's just get that potato. Let's get 200,000 credits. Whatever. Let's just fuck the rest. There was no incentive. The Searing Steel, the Blazing Barrel, okay, those were like, alright, maybe I'll farm. I thought about it. I was like, okay, after I got the first Searing Steel mod, maybe I'll farm for it, because I like having a nice collection. It's a nice little bits and bob to hold on to, you know what I mean? So, again, just no incentive. Veterans got the shaft. Up next, the timing on the event was poor. Why make it a day after the Ambulas Reborn event? Why do you want to give people repetitive strain injury? People have lives. Myself, less than some others. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I have more time than most people should. And I still thought it was hell. Give people breaks, man. And there are people who don't have the time. Some people are just swamped with work, etc. They couldn't do the event. I feel so bad for some people. Because the people who probably needed to do the event the most weren't on to do it. And that's really, really shitty. And it's because of the health pool. I don't know if it was a glitch or if it was just or not thought out at all. But it died way too quickly for that damn timer to say, 5 days remaining when it died? Come on. Come on. Make, triple the health. Honestly, I don't care if the relay gets destroyed, to be honest with you. I want to see what happens, because I wasn't around for a relay getting destroyed, so there's that. But it was so poorly thought out, and the newbies who needed and wanted to do the event couldn't do it efficiently, or they didn't have the experience. And on the other flip side of the coin, the veterans had no real reason to do it unless we just felt like, fuck it, I have nothing better to do, let's get some plat. So, it was a disaster. And the glitches, the drop pool being broken, it fucked people over in the first few hours of the event. So it was just another middle finger. And the cipher glitch being that people were leveraging their host, like, oh, I have the better internet, I'm gonna be host all the time, so they're like Donald Trump, like, yeah, I'm gonna make people pay for the wall. I'm gonna make other people pay for the Razorback. So it was messed up. And honestly, when I was the host, I would just use my cipher in case people were being dicks. I always made it a habit to say, okay, we can make this cost either 1,400 Polymer Bundles or 4 ciphers, or it cost 1, and we do it one at a time. For cipher shares, which people ditched. I knew people were gonna ditch it, so I always made sure, if I felt like someone was gonna flake, I'm gonna use theirs. So, there's that. And overall, rehashing the positives, the unintentional positives, quote-unquote positives. The boss's node was good for farming Oregon cells. Those who wanted to participate, or didn't want to participate in the long haul, Ophelia Saturn was active as fuck, so I hope you got a condition overload. I hope you got hella Polymer Bundles, people. I hope you got them. It's ironic as hell, isn't it? Oh, let's make a Polymer Bundle vacuum. Let's just suck them all in. Let's just make a gigantic dump. Nope. I hope that people got double the Polymer Bundles they had previously before the event. The irony, the sound of sweet, sweet irony. Oh, it feels good to think about that, man. And lastly, puncture mods will go down in price. Yeah, that's a positive. I had to stretch on that one. And of course, it's stretched because most people are going to try and sell it for full price anyway, because people are greedy as fuck. Seeing how people were with the ciphers and trade China in general, people are greedy as fuck in this game. So don't be, you know, shocked if you're gonna get nickel and dimed by everybody who are trying to say, oh, there are event mods and the boss is gone. It's 300 plat for Augur Strike. Like, no, it's not how it works, buddy. But there you go. That's my really shitty rant / review of the Razorback Armada event. And let's talk about it personally for myself, just for a few seconds. So, I had clips playing over, hopefully. The event wasn't awful for myself in terms of luck. I actually got very lucky. 2 piercing calibers, which apparently are the most expensive of the bunch of the puncture mods, so that's pretty cool. You know, it wasn't like I was actively going for these, and I think that was my key to success, just not caring what I get. So that was nice. Getting a boar, you know, boar is like, okay, it's the pistol one, but cool. I got boar, I got 3 out of 15 or so. 3 out of 15, 3 out of 16, 3 out of 14. Around that ballpark is what I did, so I think I did pretty good on that front. I got 3 Gorgon Wraith sets. Okay, that was what I came there in the first place for, so neat. I get a couple extra, give them to some friends, or sell them, who knows? Give them away, who knows? You know, sky's the limit on that. And the Searing Steel, which is awesome. The Searing Steel is probably my favorite thing I got from the event. Because, again, I'm a collector, I like having nice stuff. Even though my collection will never be complete, it's nice to get some of these, like, nicer things to show off and say, I own this. This is mine. And it's kind of rare, man. So, yeah. Overall, the event, very poorly executed. A big disappointment to myself and to probably everyone in the community. And I just hope that they learn from this. I hope that there's backlash for this event because they really need to get their shit together. Because I really, if they don't improve the next time this boss comes or the Fomorian Sabotage comes, I'm just not even going to participate, honestly. I might just get like whatever event exclusive items there are and just go. I'm not going to farm for any mods because mods at this point aren't even incentives for people who have them all. So guys, thank you for watching and listening to this rant. If you want to, you can comment, talk about it, discuss about it. I want to hear your opinions because I really like hearing what other people have to say about crap like this. And until next time, like always, my name is Memento. See you guys later in another Warframe video or whatever else I upload. I upload more than Warframe, so if you want to stick around for some of that, that's cool too. And I will see you guys next time.